Welcome back. Now, before we take a look at the day's business news, let's first take a look at the stock indices across the GCC. And in our top business story, Etihad Airways has recorded $1.4 billion in revenues for the third quarter of the year, rising 11% year on year, with passengers passing the 3 million mark. According to a company statement, the carrier revealed that the rise was off the back of returns from its equity alliance airline partners, which increased by 36% to $247 million from Q3 2012. Passenger numbers were also up 11% for Q3 compared to last year, while network-wide passenger load factors increased by 81%, and cargo revenue was up 39% to $244 million. The airline also recently revealed that it is looking to hire 1,000 Emirati pilots in the next 6 years, and that they are looking to have a 45% of Emirati pilots in 2020. In an effort to further encourage the growth of small and medium businesses in the region, EasyStore.me launched today by e-commerce leaders Aramex, Google, PayPal and ShopGo, which is aimed at raising the Arab world's share in the online market. The Middle East has 110 million internet users, which experts say is expected to rise to 120 million by the end of the year. However, retail still has a small share of the market. Among the challenges SMEs face include the building of a functional online site, accepting and processing payments, shipping merchandise, and raising awareness about their company or products. With the launch of EasyStore.me, Tariq Abdallah, the head of marketing Middle East and North Africa at Google, says all of these will be a thing of the past.
Today, the internet is allowing companies to become micro multinationals. So maybe a 2- and 3-person operation can actually export around the world and have hundreds of customers in as many countries around the world. It costs $650 to set up a Easy Store subscription. Within those $650, you get $300 of free Google AdWords, which is our online advertising tool. In addition to that, you get a credit of $100 at Aramex and free transactions up to $25,000 with PayPal.
Through the partnership, Aramex, Google, PayPal and ShopGo says EasyStore.me aims to offer a minimum risk online store. It is a one-stop shop solution to help offline merchants and startups debut their e-commerce journey in the MENA to boost their growth as well as expand their customer base, which will also lead to more SMEs as well as job creation. Industry experts hope policies and regulations in the region will also be developed to open markets further.
You need to be able to start up and set up businesses in different countries in the Arab world so that you are closer to your clients. Today, that's an expensive proposition, and that's a difficult proposition. There is a lot of bureaucracy, there are a lot of requirements, there are laws that do not help these entrepreneurs to come up and set up locally where they can own their businesses 100%. There are restrictions to that. These studies that have come out recently tell us that e-commerce in the region is going to be about $15 billion by the year 2015. That's already big, but it's not big enough. As you know, regular commerce and retail in the region is about $450 billion a year. So e-commerce is just a fraction of that. So the potential is just massive for growth.
Financial markets remain on cautious footing as risk appetite was capped following a 7th consecutive day of the US government shutdown. Little progress seems to have been made, with Republicans and Democrats engaged in intense policy debate, with neither party backing down to their terms. With uncertainty building with each passing day of unresolved gridlock in Washington, we spoke to Gaurav Kashyap, the head of futures at Al Pari Middle East, for his view.
Well, we've entered into day 7 of the US government shutdown, and to be quite honest, seeing some of the developments over the weekend, we're no closer to a solution or a resolution. This can be particularly dicey considering that the deadline for the US debt ceiling vote will come on October 17th, and of course this will be the most high-risk event. The current shutdown has been very manageable, with several key non-essential sectors of the US government shutting down, but as we approach closer to October 17th and that all-important vote for the debt ceiling, raising that debt ceiling so the US government doesn't default, that will see markets really getting volatile until there's an announcement made there. As I said, we had some developments over the weekend. Several key Senate leaders, Democratic leaders from the Senate did take to very popular sites such as Twitter, releasing their hashtags. But overall, we're not seeing any type of resolution. The Grand Old Party, which is ruling the lower house, led by John Boehner, has remained pat on their terms and conditions. And they said that if they want to pass any debt ceiling limit increase, the Democrats would have to agree with what their revisions are with regards to Obamacare. So overall, we can expect the US dollar to remain on the back foot this week. US equity markets will remain under pressure in the week ahead. We did see that Friday's US non-farm payroll report was cancelled, and that has been postponed until a later date, which is still not clear. But we have to look at the ADP employment report, which showed a gain of only 166,000 new jobs when expectations were about 180,000. And more disturbingly, the previous month's figures were revised downwards to 160,000. So the employment picture also doesn't look good. So I guess maybe Friday's delayed release did have a positive impact on the US dollar, because a weaker than expected number would have, of course, seen the US dollar weaken. Looking at the rest of the economic calendar, we do have the IMF and World Bank meetings kicking off in Washington, D.C. this week. We can expect some international pressure coming on to the US government to find a quick and steady resolution to protect global markets. Overall, we expect the Euro USD to move higher in the week ahead, probably looking at testing around 136.50 in the week ahead. And the GBP also has some key data coming out, including industrial and manufacturing, along with the Bank of England's meeting minutes on Thursday. So we can expect the GBP to test around 163 levels against the US dollar. Gold should remain stagnant between 1280 and 1350 in the week ahead.